Welcome back. Now, TikTok has restored its services in the United States just hours after a federal ban made the platform inaccessible. Donald Trump announced plans to issue an executive order on his first day in office to delay the ban, allowing TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance more time to find an approved buyer. Users had initially found the app unavailable, but by Sunday afternoon, they received a message thanking them and Trump for their support. TikTok had suspended its services on Saturday to comply with a federal law requiring ByteDance to divest its United States operations by Sunday, which had also led to the app's removal from Google and Apple stores. Now, the law, backed by bipartisan support in April, imposes severe penalties for non-compliance. International finance expert and CEO of Finance with Mukhtar Mohammed joins me now in this conversation. Many thanks for joining us this morning, Mukhtar.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right, let's start with Trump's inauguration. That's like the biggest story in the United States, supposedly in the world, as it were, today.
Globally.
The second coming, as it were, of President. In a few hours, he'll no longer be president-elect, but Donald Trump, 47th president of the United States. There have been concerns economically for not just Nigeria, for Africa and some other parts of the world, even with Canada being in the news recently. Donald Trump and his stunts wanting to make Canada
United States of Canada.
Okay, but let's just talk seriously now. Let's talk about if these concerns are genuine, specifically for Nigeria and Africa. There were talks of visa restrictions and other economic policies that might affect us negatively. Let's start from there, Mukhtar.
Well, personally, I think I don't have an issue with Donald Trump. I think he's doing the bidding of his people. He was elected by the people. He feels that American first. And I think the citizens that voted for him are excited with what he's doing. And that is one. Then secondly, again, if you look at Africa, there's a lot of names that you have called Africa before now. But during his first term as president of the United States of America, he never visited any African country. But again, you could say he was nice to Nigeria. Remember then Barack Obama, then president of America, refused to sell fighter jets to Nigeria. And when Donald Trump came, he approved it. If you look at trade and investment during the time Donald Trump was president of America, and when Joe Biden was president, you realized that there was more inflow from the United States of America to Nigeria than when Biden was there. So if you look at that, by and by Nigeria, then you say that we really enjoyed a lot of goodwill from Donald Trump. Yes, in terms of the visa issue, even when Trump was there, we're not among the 7 Muslim nations that were banned from coming into America. And also, we had our issues with suspension in terms of visa, because again, remember when Trump was there, when Nigerians were suspended from using Dropbox because they said a lot of Nigerians that went there refused to come back, so and some of them overstayed, and so he wanted to clear up that, and that was done. And I think when Joe Biden came back, Nigerians were allowed to do the Dropbox, and the years was also increased to 5 years. But again, remember during Trump, we had what we call reciprocal fee, which was imposed by Donald Trump also at that time, that Nigerians were collecting more fee for Americans to come to do business in Nigeria, that visa fee. So Nigeria has to pay same if Nigerian citizens are supposed to come. And that was also addressed. So if you look at him, he has always put his people first. He tried to do what he thinks is the best for the American people, and he still has his crowd and supporters. Remember, he was voted in this time around because of the American they felt better during his time economically than they felt during Joe Biden.
Okay, well, that's a very good way to start it. But then again, another concern is the Russia-Ukraine war, which has been on for quite some time right now, and it indeed has affected, not just the economy in that particular region, but also the world generally, with prices of, coal, energy, and all of that. Now, so with Trump's second coming, what impact do you really think it will have on, that particular issue and, of course, global economy?
Remember, Trump have assured us that he will stop that war in the first 100 days. So let's see how that plans out. I remember Putin has a better relationship with Trump than with Biden. So let's see how that plan out. He have said that he will stop that war in 100 days. So we'll be watching that space to see how he wants to do it. Remember, Trump was already claiming credit for the recent peace deal between Israel and the Palestinians. And especially the Palestinian movement, Hamas, is already saying that he's already taking glory for that. He was the one that initiated that deal. And so he's a good negotiator. So let's see what will happen. But for oil price, you and I know what to expect when Trump is president of the of America when it comes to oil price. Oil price will definitely he like low oil price. He has already threatened that America will be forced to release their reserve if oil price goes too high, and he's already said that they want to reduce the cost of gas in his country. And so with that, definitely for that to happen, then there must be low oil price. And so for I think we should be prepared for that.
Petrol, there's no L.
Yes, can you come again? I didn't get you.
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. He also will also bring down the price of PMS gas in his country. I've said it. If ever low price, that will be good for Nigeria in one hand, might also not be good for Nigeria in the other hand in terms of boosting our foreign reserve.
Okay, fine. Before we move away from Trump's inauguration, but then before long rather, he's been talking about them tariffs for Mexico and Canada. He wants to put United States first. I get that. America is America first principle. But then don't you think it would actually hinder cooperation and ties between the border countries that they have, speaking of Mexico and Canada? I know this long feud, in quotes, obsession per se, I don't want to use that word, with Mexico has been on for quite a while with the whole border, the walls and everything. But his fixation for that, what are your thoughts really concerning his fixation for the relationship with Mexico and indeed Canada?
Justin, you have to realize why Trump is doing that is he realized that some of the big companies have relocated to Mexico and some of them are in Canada because of the cost of labor. And that is causing a little bit of unemployment in the United States of America. They used to have their factories, most of them in America. Some American companies have their factories even in China. If you want to talk about a place like Apple main legal production is in China. And so why are they going to these countries? Because of cheap labor. So Trump is trying to do that to bring them back to his own country, because by the time you give them high tariff, they will be forced to do most of all these products in his own country and create more jobs for the Americans. So like I said, he's always thinking of the American first. If you look at the Mexican issue, Mexican benefit from America very well. Mexican economy is largely driven by America, especially in the area of tourism and also car manufacturers. Most of the car manufacturers are located in Mexico. So he's trying to look at that and say, look, we are the pillar of your economy. Then when it comes to security, I mean immigration, you need to know what America is suffering in terms of movement from China, from Mexico to America. You just need to go to El Paso in Texas. You see the kind of movement that is there. Lot of immigrants waiting to cross. Trump started the war, the building of the wall. So he says the second time he's coming, he must make sure he complete that wall. He's not saying that Mexican cannot come to America, but he's saying illegal Mexican cannot just come into America, because it also have effect on American security and American infrastructure. They are a nation that plans for everything, so they need to plan. If you know the number of citizens people that are in your country, then you'll be able to plan for it. So I think that is basically what he's trying to do.
Okay, let's leave at the Trump inauguration and administration and come back home and talk about our fuel price. Dangote issued a statement yesterday, and it is saying that the recent increase since Friday of PMS, to 955 naira, ex-depot is not their own doing, but of course as a result of international oil prices which have been soaring over time. With this development, I know Nigerians have been talking about you know liberalizing the fuel, the energy economy specifically, and of course let's just allow deregulation play. So with this right now and the constant increase in international oil prices, do you really think that this trajectory will continue for a while? What are we supposed to expect in the months to come as regards the global oil prices?
Well, if you look at what Dangote have said, and that definitely is true, and that's the beauty of deregulation. You don't have control over the price. So once the price goes internationally, then you have to also make sure that price locally will go up, especially for refined petroleum products. But again, look at it this way: if not for that naira swap deal that we had with when the president put in place, maybe the price would do that.
Well, Mukhtar, are you there? All right, we'll see if we can connect with Mukhtar again. The Dangote Group, like I said, they confirmed the reported hike in the depot price of PMS. Mukhtar, are you still there? We lost you for some seconds.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please go ahead. We lost you for a few seconds. Go ahead.
So I said, if you look at what Dangote is saying, international oil price, I think is the reason, and really the price has gone up. Also, we have to praise the president for the naira swap deal. If not for that, maybe we would have also seen oil price go higher than what it is today, because again, exchange rate would have come to play. Remember, the president said that Dangote was going to buy crude oil. Not only Dangote, all local refiners are going to buy crude oil at a fixed rate. Even if we don't know what that fixed rate is up to this moment, but they are buying at a fixed rate. They are using naira. So that has helped to stabilize the price where it is, but they have no control over the international market. So the good news again is that we have a Donald Trump that is coming in. So he favor low oil price, and so that will in turn favor the Nigerian populace, as a whole. But that might also not favor the Nigerian economy as a whole, because again, that will reduce the inflow in terms of FX into our liquidity. That may have an impact in the exchange rate that have been very, very, very unstable. So that means that we will not have inflow to meet legitimate demand, and that could also be a challenge for our FX market in the coming years as with Trump as president. But locally, that could also drive down price because we have low crude oil price, and that will come down. That's the beauty of deregulation. Market forces determine what the price will. I think is good for us. If you look at Dangote is saying that if he really wants to Nigerians to pay for a PMS, we should be buying it in the filling station at 1,150. But because of the swap deal, and they are also putting Nigeria first, the filling stations that are associated with them will not sell for more than 970 naira. So you can say authoritatively that Dangote is subsidizing fuel to the tune of 180 naira for Nigeria. So it's good when you see the private sector try to subsidize for us, because they know the quantity, they know how much they are coming in, than government subsidizing higher than what you think you are consuming. So there's subsidy, but this time it's coming from Dangote.
Okay, so he's actually sacrificing that like the way it's been reported, because from what we hear, he's actually even selling below the international Brent crude price.
Yes, which is good for us, and we must applaud him. We don't applaud. We have so many negative things about Dangote, but in the petroleum sector, I think he has been the game changer. Today, now we have 2 refineries working. I can tell you categorically, it was because of the advent of Dangote refinery.
Okay, so as we go right now, it's still heyday. It's still the first month in 2024, and international oil prices are rising. Nigerians are being subsidized, or Nigerians are paying fuel at subsidized prices. But then, in the next 2 months, I just want us to project to the end of this first quarter. What are we likely to see in terms of oil prices? Do you really think that it will go beyond this level in no time, or do you see the oil prices really falling again?
And Justin, I think it will fall. I've said it. Trump is coming.
There's so much hope
They
on
have,
Trump.
yeah, all hopes is on Trump because he has said it that he's going to make sure that they have low energy costs in the United States of America in terms of PMS, gas, or whatever. He said he's going to bring it low, and then that he has threatened OPEC nations that if they have the price too high, he will be forced to release a strategic reserve in America, and he's also going to make sure that they begin to develop some issue license for new development of oil in the United States of America, and also is looking at a way to also using artificial intelligence to improve, to bring down energy costs through the partnership with Elon Musk, which is going to head a special department that he has created for that. So when you look at that, definitely you expect that oil price will definitely come down. For me, I think I'll look at it for the next 2 months. It will be a lot of drama. We'll see how that plays out. But I think oil price will definitely come down. And OPEC also, if you look, also OPEC is being strategic. That's why OPEC is saying that they will not reduce their output yet until after the coming of Donald Trump as president of America.
Okay.
So that will determine their next step of action. The only output that OPEC have approved is Nigeria to continue to produce bring in about 1.5 million barrels into the international market, because they feel for a long time Nigeria has not been able to meet their quota. But all other issues have been suspended pending the coming of Donald Trump.
All right, we must say a very big thank you to you, Mukhtar, for your time on the show. Let's all hope on Trump in his second coming, and hope that the international prices of course, crude will drop, and Nigerians will still smile more. Thank you so much, Mukhtar, for your time on the show this morning. We do appreciate it.
Me, Justin.
All right, that's the science of the show for today. So keep our eye on the Trump inauguration and see how it goes, for the world as we try. My name is Justin Akadonyi. Many thanks for being a part of the show. Bye for now.